We've all got challenges. Know that today's loss is tomorrow's victory. When I had a bankruptcy at 25, I thought my world was falling apart, and guess what? I'm thankful for it. For those that you don't know, I have a coffee pot within reach, and if you're looking at how to be more awesome, that's it. So, are you as messed up as I am? I want you to sit on that question real quick. It'd be interesting for me to try to add up how many thousands of hours I've spent having deep conversations with other human beings, and the one common theme I find is we're all messed up. We all have our stories. We all have our struggles. We all have our setbacks. What's up, Shonda? How are you? We all have our stuff. And I have a saying that you're not that special. Meaning, I find that most human beings, especially when they're acting erratically, I make the assumption if I knew what was going on in their life, I'd have empathy for them versus anger or judgment. Because I think most people are doing the best that they can for what's in front of them. And what if we gave up trying to look good? One of the things I did with getting this tattoo was the next step of, I really don't care what people think or if people judge me. Because chances are, if they're judging me, they don't really know my whole story. They don't really know the whole game that's being played. And what if we gave up judging other people and we gave up trying to look good? For example, many of you guys know that I'm a Jeep guy. Sarah and I just made the decision to sell the Jeep truck that we just bought. And so I'm removing the decals right now. And I ask myself, how many people would be proactive on making chess moves like that? A lot of people would think that my identity, my ego's all wrapped up in a lot of that stuff. It's not. I drove a Prius with my face on it, for Pete's sakes, because, what I found was it's pretty freaking expensive to try to look good and be right. And so for those of you that needed to hear this today, I see you. I know you've got your challenges. I don't judge you. I'm cheering you on, and I want you to win. People aren't thinking about you nearly as much as what you think. They've got their own stuff going on. They've got their own challenges, and they're just trying to survive themselves. Stop giving so many blips about what other people think. They're not thinking about you. You're not that special. We've all got challenges. Know that today's loss is tomorrow's victory. When I had a bankruptcy at 25, I thought my world was falling apart. And guess what? I'm thankful for it. 15, 20 years later, I'm thankful for having gone through that because I know what it's like to not know where your next meal is coming from. Charlie going through open heart surgery, I know what it's like to have your world completely change. The world as you know it in one conversation completely changes as you know it, and everything that was important yesterday isn't important today. I'm going to encourage you to know that there's a longer game going here. And most of the people that I talk to, we're addicts. And I'm going to say addicts because we think that next big deal, this next commission will solve my tax problem. This next commission will solve the spending problem. We're addicts and we're trying to fix behaviors with the next big win. What if we did the math on if we were consistent, we added another stream of income that was recurring income because most of the people that run with me are commission-based. What if we added another stream of income that would solve our challenge, but it was going to take 3, 5, 10 years? See, most of you, if you increase your income too quickly, your behaviors can't support it and your lifestyle will run with it. I see, I've got a program called Unfuck Yourself. And usually within 12 phone calls, I can help identify an easier way for you to go from where you are to where you'd like to go. Some people are like, Hank, $6,000 for 12 phone calls? Let's walk through that real quick. Do you think somebody who spends $6,000 is committed to changing whatever bullshit excuses they have? Yeah, that's part of it, is me helping you believe in yourself for the first time that it's time to change. And I don't know about you, I've got a call today with my coach. I spent $14,000 to get on his schedule. How committed do you think I am to this phone call? Super committed. I look at the number of hours that I put in prepping for this phone call, going through my numbers. The coach doesn't really have to do anything because you know what? I'm going to hold that money and that time accountable at a whole nother level. So back to the topic here. Are you as messed up as I am? I want you to know I don't have it all figured out. Neither do you. It's okay. And even what we believe today might not be what we believe tomorrow. And sometimes it's a good idea until it wasn't. See, so many times we know what we need to do. We know the decision that we want to make, yet we don't want to make it because it'll hurt our ego. I'm sure there's people out there that are saying, oh, look, Hank had to sell his truck. I don't care. $40,000 in the bank right now puts us in kind of one of those positions where it's not like you can't touch us. However, with the amount of money that I'll put in the cash in the bank right now, we no longer have to worry about cash flow. Write this down. How many months out of the last 12 months have you worried about cash flow? And when you're worried about cash flow, you're reacting a lot of times versus responding. What if you solved your cash flow problem permanently moving forward? How much different would your life look like 12, 24, 36 months down the road if you didn't have to worry about cash flow and you could just map out the game plan and focus on the plan, not the problem? That was an old bold law, so you'd like to give credit where credit's due. But so many of us are living in cash flow crunches, and I'm not. I'm calling the kettle black here. I've lived through cash flow pressures in the last 12, 24, 36 months, yet I keep making chess moves that will help me not have cash flow problems. One, selling the Jeep. $40,000 extra cash right now is a good move. We're selling a piece of land that we have. That's going to be a good cash flow move. You don't have an income problem. You don't have a cash flow problem. Now what we do is we put the right relationships in place that give us the right energy. The finances will take care of themselves as long as you're not stupid. We referee our life, relationships, energy, and finances. So if you like what I'm throwing down here, I have a community called 36 to Life _5025-1. Go join us there. It's free. So me and the other coaches were committed to pouring more information in there on a daily basis. From there, you might join us in a 36 to Life. From there, you might join us in the movement. From there, we'll bring you along. Here's what I know. Proximity to me matters. If you'd like to be in a relationship with me in a proximity, raise your hand and say, what does that look like? It's going to cost you some money. Well, Hank, so are you saying that you have to spend money to be in a relationship with me? You got to do something. Join EXP, spend some money. Because right now I'm focused on two things. It's family and it's business. Which when you look at the hours that I'm willing to spend and the hours that I'm holding accountable, basically those are the two things in life that I'm choosing to do at a super high level. Some of the other levels right now I suck at. 4 kids under my house with where we're at with business, I'm making the choice that I'm focused in those two areas. See, some of us are trying to do way too much. We're trying to be too many things to too many people. What would happen if you decided, you know what, here's my standards, here's my principles, here's where I'm going to put my head down, and I'm going to be really good in this lane? Who thinks multiplication would start to happen if sometimes you had to go backwards in order to go forwards? You had to make some tough choices like sell your Jeep. Tough choices like say no to some relationships right now in this season that aren't serving you getting the traction that you need. And I've gotten some pushback on this. Well, Hank, so relationships have a season? Relationships aren't always going to be the same in every chapter of the book. Like, it's okay for a relationship to be this today, and then a year down the road be something different, because the reality of everybody having the same relationship from when they're 7th graders until now, it's just not. Why do we romanticize about that? So anyways, there's Hank's thoughts for the day. I'm excited. We got John Sellers coming on and doing an hour with us on investing within the movement. The movement is our core offering right now. It's proximity to myself, Monica, Pete, and Alicia. It's our year-long offering. If you have more questions about that, reach out to us. Let us know. Brian, yeah, you know what, Brian? You're doing a great job, though, dude. It's fun watching how quickly you're making decisions and acting on them. All right, man, lots of good people on here. Hope everybody's doing well. If you like these videos, there's going to be more of them on the 36 to Life open page. Come join us there.